Senator from the great state of Tennessee, Marsha Blackburn. Senator Blackburn, thank you so much for joining us here this morning. A major development out of the Middle East with potentially major implications for the war against Hamas and other Iranian proxies. Your reaction to this bold and decisive move this morning?
And what we know is that Israel needs the ability to defend themselves. And we also know, Tom, that Iran is the backer of all of these terrorist organizations. They are the largest funder of terrorist activity on the globe. Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, ISIS, Iraq, ISIS, Syria, they all are being funded by Iran. Now, if the White House wants to do something about this, they could put sanctions on Iranian oil sales. That is what President Trump did. It worked. Iran was broke. Thereby, the terrorist organizations were broke.
Senator, I want to switch gears with you. An alarming new report out of Immigration and Customs Enforcement has now confirmed that the U.S. under the Biden-Harris administration has let in now over 600,000 illegals that are previously convicted criminals or have criminal activity found guilty of crimes including rape and murder. Here is the vice president who finally visited the border yesterday. Watch.
There are consequential issues at stake in this election, and one is the security of our border. The United States is a sovereign nation, and I believe we have a duty to set rules at our border and to enforce them. And I take that responsibility very seriously.
Does she, Senator?
Obviously not. If she did, she would be doing something about that border right now. And it would be laughable if it were not so sad and dangerous that this vice president, who has lied to the American people and for years has looked at the camera and said, our border is secure. And she knows it's not. And now these reports, 650,000 illegal criminal aliens in this country. Countries have emptied their jails. This administration's had to admit it. We know also that they have more than 350 known terrorists that have come into this country. What do they think these people are planning to do? You also know there are tens of thousands of Chinese nationals. They've come in the country illegally. And this administration, in order to beef up population numbers in these big blue cities and states that people are fleeing, they have that border wide open. And it is insulting to the American people that she would finally go to the border and blame everybody else but herself. It is insulting.
During a campaign, you were, and let's talk about the campaign, you were with former President Trump in Warren, Michigan yesterday, drawing attention to the auto industry. You moderated the event with him. What was the message that you and the former president hope to deliver to America's auto workers?
Yes, and indeed, Michigan is a great place to talk about the auto industry. They have 392,000 individuals that work directly in that auto industry. And talking about what this administration has done to encourage global competition and to put regulations and policies in place that make it difficult to manufacture in the U.S. And the people in that audience last night, the auto workers, they have borne the brunt of these bad policies. And the president did an amazing job at that rally and that town hall last night. He fielded questions. He talked at length about not only immigration policy, but economic policy and tariffs and taxes and inflation and bad environmental policy and energy policy, all of which affect the auto industry. And as we said last night, let's make those cars here. Let's put them on those big rigs, tractor trailer rigs that are driven by Teamsters, and get them across the country.
And he actually answered questions, Senator.